Warned the imprisoned Talibon knight who played a haunting violin until his execution. Did he really? That is a way to go, to be honest. If you're gonna get executed, why not go in a different way? I don't know, what were we doing again? But I changed my way of moving. I feel this way is better because this way we can look at everything. His fingers are a little bit weird. And I feel like we're less inclined to miss something. Although maybe that's not true at all. I don't know. It's just in my mind maybe. What are we supposed to do? I'm not even thinking of this. Camera. How do I access everything again? Investigate. Oh right, I had to go to the exhibition. Speak with Vladena, but I don't know where she is. So why don't we go there? The exhibition. Wait, map. Where is that again? Over here, so it's really close by. It's this. Alright, this building I've been a couple of times already where we could not enter because it was closed. It's really cool that you walk out of the cafe and you are immediately in a different area when normally there's a loading screen in between, but somehow they found a way that you didn't need that. Like this, I mean. Where would he be though? Oops. Guess over here.
I don't mean to disturb you, but do you have a moment?
Please, they don't make these programs easy to use.
Do I need to speak to her? Isn't she Vladena?
My name is nancydrew. I understand you appraised a necklace for Adela Cherna.
Oh, that's right.
Ah, yes, because Adela thinks I stole her gems.
You might have.
That's what I'm here to find out.
She and I have no secrets. But you must be tired from your journey. From the States?
You don't need to worry about me. I am well rested and ready to listen.
I'm ready to listen.
You don't look it. Oh, my mistake.
That's not very nice. Let's start at the top.
Did you enter Adela's necklace on Degas?
Oh, you know about this monstrosity on the computer. It's a new system.
Did you create Adela's entry?
I did not. When I got the necklace back from Second Shine, I had to input that the gems had been replaced.
Is there any way the Degas entry could have been wrong from the beginning?
How would I know? I don't have access to this.
Shouldn't you know? You're an appraiser. That's weird to me.
Do you think the gems in the necklace were replaced in the same way as at the Pratska Historic Sky Museum?
If so, then the thieves are chasing a bigger prize than my little shop.
Stealing gems from a renowned museum is a high-stakes crime. How do you think the gems were replaced?
Ask Oskar Dvorak.
She's
Not
really
a friend?
unhelpful.
We have spoken. He is competent, but I am a far better appraiser and jeweler, so he won't work with me. And even fewer people will work with him.
I see.
He would be out of a job, you know. They would hire me to supervise all the gem exhibitions. Except for the crown jewels, of course.
I don't trust this lady. I don't.
Why wouldn't they let you supervise the crown jewels?
It stems from an old tradition. For centuries, women were overlooked in the elite gem trades. Even still, we have to fight for the positions we have.
I didn't realize.
Traditions are not changed easily, even by capable women. You have seen this.
I'm fortunate that the men in my life don't give it a second thought. And I often don't make it easy for them.
Fortunate. It should not be left to fortune. You will learn. We can only rely on each other.
You will learn.
With experts like you around, how are the fake gems getting past years of appraisals?
They are very good fakes, which is why only I could have discovered them.
And what skills are needed for such an expert appraisal?
Years of training, special lenses, and tools. Glasses are not enough. Though large frames would suit you. And go with your style, if that's what you call
Wow,
it.
that's very rude. That's what you call
Thank
it.
you?
Thank you.
So you're saying the average person wouldn't have noticed?
Average? No. But you are a detective. You have a better eye than the average. How quickly could you learn the trade? I wonder.
Wait, wasn't nobody supposed to know I'm a detective? How does she know? Wasn't I supposed to keep that hidden from everyone? Didn't someone say that to me, or I said that to myself? I don't know. A lot of questions though for her.
This is a beautiful store. You founded this company?
I did. I come from a long line of appraisers and gemology experts. My father taught me all that I know, and many come to me in Prague before they go to anyone else. I have had no complaints. Few complaints.
Well, an open business will get complaints from time to time. What kind of complaints?
I did not make them enough money, usually. Finding buyers is more art than science.
So, your passions lie in the craft, but sales are what keeps you in the business.
Well deduced.
I could not have gotten this far without managing my money and my connections well. I have generous clients.
What was your opinion of Second Shine before all this?
Some of my clients have used them in the past.
Did any of them have the same problem? Could they really be the ones behind the counterfeit gems?
It is possible Second Shine has been stealing jewels all along. Only I caught them.
Wait, who was she referring to? Was it the guy from Second Shine who was very rude to me on the phone, or the guy I'm supposed to see at the museum? Or where is he? And also, why am I here? I thought I was going to the museum and I'm in a jewelry store apparently. How did I do that?
Could you tell the necklace was fake as soon as she gave it to you?
The necklace is not fake. It is the same as the first time I saw it. The gems, they are fake.
And you could tell that right away.
As an expert, of course.
So you found a buyer for the necklace?
One just like Adela asked for. But when she got the necklace back from Second Shine, it was too late.
Who's the buyer?
Client confidentiality. You understand. But it is over. I could not sell a necklace with fake gems.
Isn't that convenient?
Then they're not really a client.
I like you, but no.
You like me? You're being very rude to me though.
You said you'd seen the necklace before.
She showed it to me, so I could find a buyer for it. Of course, then the gems were real. I would have gotten her a fair price, and I did, but she had already sent it to Second Shine.
It doesn't seem like you're too happy about that.
Yeah, sounds like a motive to me.
Certainly you see why. They take your gems, a scam.
I doubt that's true.
Thank you for your time. I may come back if I have more questions.
You will let me know what you find.
Maybe.
I'll leave that to Adela.
Yeah.
I am a good friend. If I had anything to hide, why would I have told her the gems were fake?
It is a mystery.
And also, why do you want to stay updated? That's also suspicious, lady. I don't know about you, I don't. What's this? Firesinger Under Fire by Eric Dahl. Read. Hans Firesinger's investors call him a visionary and a champion disruptor of the gemology and jewelry industry. Wait, who's that again? They describe a forthright and confident engineer with a passion for security. They say he spotted a hole in the industry's archaic local systems and filled it with world-class software. They say his site, which is over a decade old, serves as the reigning public face of the authenticity of gems and jewelry worldwide. Oh, he's the guy from Second Shine, isn't he? Regulators, however, are telling a different tale. One where the German CEO is taking advantage of vague international laws to line his pockets. Some 40,000 pieces of jewelry have found their way onto Second Shine, the site Firesinger founded in 2012. So she wasn't speaking about him, but the guy I'm supposed to see. Along with his company Second Shine GmbH. Spurred on by need and word of mouth, clients have listed gems and jewelry in excess of $1 billion. Wow. Boasting a client list ranging from English nobility to Korean pop stars, the site has drawn oohs and ahs with a rare blue diamond and a oh my, Jeremyvide I don't know, necklace formerly worn by Elizabeth Taylor. If you want it, it's on Second Shine. If you don't want it, it's not there, said influencer Leah Weber. Her 2.3 million followers have flocked to Second Shine after she posted herself wearing a fire ruby necklace she bought on the site. Despite this growing popularity, Firesinger claims the company struggles to stay in the black. He cites the exorbitant costs of additional labor to input and maintain proper use of the Degas system, the gold standard for gem and jewelry tracking. Firesinger blames these and other factors for his refusal to take the company public. One regulator, however, claims that Firesinger fears the requirement to disclose financials. A true accounting of Second Shine might expose how much Firesinger is really making from an enterprise that, by all intents and purposes, appears to be the leading purveyor of gems and jewelry worldwide. Perhaps he's cutting more corners than gems. Could be. This is, I think, another article. Degas insists Second Shine get its Second Shine. What? The real backbone of Second Shine, however, consists of Degas, the industry's official provenance tracking system. Degas has encouraged many retailers and other services like Second Shine to adhere to the official guidelines laid out by Degas for the protection of themselves and their clients. Globally, jewelers acknowledge that they have received fewer complaints once adopting the system. Initially, Second Shine put up resistance against Degas, claiming that they had been using their own methods in all the years before it with great success. In fact, the high fees associated with the Degas system have put off several jewelers and sellers from its services. I just want to say that music is kind of like, do you know when a baby is in its crib and there's music above its head that puts it to sleep? It's kind of what it's doing to me. I'm getting a bit hypnotized by it. Anyway, if Second Shine is prioritizing its bottom line over Degas at the risk of the client, customers globally have cause for concern. It's only a matter of time before Firesinger finds that when it comes to valuables, he can put a price on protecting authenticity. Rotate, well, yeah, I don't know. Let's see what else is here. Does she mind me just snooping around? Guess she doesn't. This looks like something I'll need in the future, like a puzzle or something. And I think I have to go back here at one point, but probably have to do that when she's gone. Castle exhibit. Haunting history of Prague.
Haunted tour starts tomorrow. I can't miss that.
This is kind of like a Midnight in Salem.
A haunted tour? I need to see that.
They did that as well in that game. Take the haunted tour. Right, so we're at the... what do you want to call it? Wait, did I... Alright, it changed the going around settings. So we just spoke to... Oh, we can look at this. This lady. And I think we asked everything we could. Let's look at these flyers. Marionette Theater? Castle Courtyard. We did see this. Bring the show home. Wait, I can read. Discover old world Czech traditions. Live action marionette shows. Daily in English. But it's closed every time I go there. Antique puppets available for sale. So... don't know. Something we have to do with that, I think. Castle Exhibition flyer. Visit the Prague Castle Exhibition Hall for the highly anticipated showing of its greatest treasures. Handpicked by the director of its world-renowned gem collection. The A special presentation highlights the heretofore unknown treasures of Prague. We live the past alongside the standing exhibitions of Prague's legends, including the Dalibor Night. Plan your visit today. Right, and isn't that guy gonna show us around the castle exhibition? Did he not say that? Cathedral? Tour a famed Gothic cathedral today. Can we do that? Built in 1344, Prague's largest and most important church, St. Vitus Cathedral, has witnessed coronations of the greatest Czech sovereigns. It also serves as the final resting place for patron saints, nobles, and archbishops. Ours? The rest is obscured by a sticker. Tours closed for restoration. Oh, that's too bad. I wanted to do that. This? Free Wi-Fi? Officers are welcome to use free Wi-Fi for up to 15 minutes without signing in. I guess we're using that. I'm not sure though. Old Town Praha, Czechia. Stroll through the cobblestone streets and experience the history and beautiful architecture of this ancient district, featuring the Old Town Square and the world-famous Prague horloge, one of the oldest astronomical clocks. Well, we've been there already. This is the same.
A haunted tour? I need to see that.
Yeah, you already said that, Nancy. When darkness falls, the secrets of Prague come to light. Visit the castle exhibition at night for the mysteries behind Prague's history. Is that gonna be scary because I'm a real wuss? This exclusive late-night exhibition explores the city's dark legends. Mourn the imprisoned Dalibor Knight, who played a haunting violin until his execution. Did he really? The past comes to life at night at the Prague Castle Exhibition Hall. That is a way to go, to be honest. If you're gonna get executed, why not go in a different way? Be a bit creative. That's cool. I wonder if it happened for real or did it just make that up. So, Castle Main Hall. This is where a fella is we called him, I guess.
Píše maše ladvola. Udělej to. Svatý vít.
Excuse me, that was my assistant. And what do you need?
You're not very friendly, are you?
Mr. Dvorak? I'm Nancydrew.
Ah, the American. I did not expect you so soon.
Oh, I was right across the street,
I like
so...
to follow a lead.
I can ask for translation. I think it means something like hurry, hurry.
What is Svatý Vít?
What? Oh, St. Vitus's Cathedral. That's nothing.
What are you hiding?
What sort of security do you have in place?
Guards, cameras, everything one would need.
Then how were the thieves able to replace the gems?
There's a better question. How would they be able to in the future?
Better?
You haven't answered my question.
No.
I won't answer your question because of security.
Do you mean someone is watching you and you can't answer truthfully because of it? Or what does that mean?
How reliable is Degas?
It's the best system we have for tracking the provenance of precious stones and jewelry.
Do you use it for jewels in your collection?
Of course, gems are worthless if we don't know their story. If we had had Degas before, maybe we would have discovered the switch of the gems sooner.
What do you know about Vladena Zlaty?
The world of gems and jewelry is very small, and in Prague it is smaller still. She works well as an appraiser, nothing more.
Nothing more.
Meaning?
You don't
She
like her.
lacks a true appreciation of gems, where they come from, their story. For her, it is money.
Do you think she would try to replace the gems of one of her own clients?
She wouldn't be very smart, if so.
Well, dumb people commit crimes as well. So he doesn't like her and she doesn't like him. So something must have happened between the two. They must have fought or something. Right? Maybe not.
What was your opinion of Second Shine before all of this?
I have never used it. I work with priceless jewels, not common heirlooms.
I suppose you don't hold a high opinion of their service.
You could say that.
I have no opinion.
Well, you do. You don't like them.
How frequently do you check the exhibits for fakes?
I do not need to do so frequently. Only when we remove them from storage and when we return them.
Do you have anyone else examine them?
I was appointed to this position by the government. They have utmost confidence in me.
Yeah, you failed them. No need to be so arrogant.
There are some amazing exhibits here. I would like to look around.
Please, you are welcome.
Am I really though? It doesn't seem like it. He seems very unfriendly. What's this? I can't read it, I can just zoom. Crown and jewels replicas only. Is this what the exhibition looks like? Hauntings of Prague, Haunted Tour, Kings and Queens, Foyer, Oskar, that's him. Alchemical. Oh, I do have to do alchemy, see? So I have to probably use that for a puzzle in the future. So I have to come back here. Give crown jewels more room. Alright, work in progress. Fisher President declaration to open exhibit to the public. Camera. Oh, this is where the cameras are. 1, 2, 3. So does he mean if we move to a different corner like here, he could tell me something because he's being watched right now, so he can't speak frankly? Did he not say that? So we need to go towards Kings and Queens of Prague and Foyer. I can look at this, but I already did. It's kind of weird. What's this? Photograph of the coronation vestments of the kings of Bohemia. Wait. Where does this text come from? Crafted from a precious silky red fabric called, oh my, Zlatolav, and lined with ermine, which is the fur of the stoat, the coronation robe was utilized from 1653 to 1836. Bequeathed to the state after 1836, you can find the robe in a designated air-conditioned repository is used to store the robe and jewelry separately. The sword. The sword was first mentioned in 1333 in the Articles of Inventory of the Treasury of the St. Vitus Cathedral. This is what he was talking about with his assistant. However, this sword has a fascinating history, with its blade dating back to the 10th century and the hilt from the 13th century. The sword was for ceremonial use in the Kingdom of Bohemia during coronation ceremonies in Prague and later used to grant knighthoods. Bequeathed to the St. Vitus Cathedral sometime prior to 1333. Yeah, but I still don't understand. Oh, are you reading this for me? Oh, you are. Alright, these two. I get it. I thought I could look.
Incredible
again.
glasswork. But how does it open? I need more information.
So probably need to remember these symbols. Whoops.
What are you doing?
Am I not supposed to?
Could I have a closer look?
Be careful.
There are strange markings all over it. It could be part of an ancient riddle.
Yeah.
Not so fast. This cannot be removed from the museum.
Well, can I take pictures?
If you must. Return here if you want to see the artifact again.
Does he also know I'm a detective so everybody knows? Apparently. How do I take pictures? But this, I want to take a photo.
Please
Like
remember
this.
to be careful.
I can just zoom. Interesting. But I can't use my phone right now. No. Alright, so these look like stairs with different markings around them. This looks like a flower or something. Don't know about those. Maybe when I find something like that it will make sense? Would it? I don't know. Oh, I wanted to look at the journal, but I guess I cannot. Right, so let's look at everything. This is the knight and the sword that we read about. Can't do anything with it. The legendary prison at Prague Castle is named after its first prisoner, the knight Dalibor of Kozojedi. This suit of armor belonged to that heroic knight from Lidomeris. His support of the People's Revolt earned him a cell in the tower of Prague Castle. In the moonlight, it is said the night transforms, so beware of the mournful cries of the night. Is this the guy who died playing the violin? Is it someone else? While awaiting judgment, he passed the time. Oh, he did! Playing a violin, some say he crafted out of matches. His music made him part of the fabric of Prague until the day of his execution. That's funny. I was just guessing, but I guess it was true. I can't do this. Too bad. What's this? I took something. 1. What does that mean, 1? What is that? Wait, how do I go to my inventory? Task list. Investigate this artifact. Did I do that already?
Can't check that off yet.
Take a closer look.
Still have to do that.
For hint, please. Refer to Kepler's law. What is that? Is this a hint? I don't even know what that means. Come on. Do I need to Google that? Did this?
That's done. Check. That's done.
Open the old book in the cafe. Oh, right. This is the other thing. Investigate her list.
That's done.
Oh, I did that.
Can't check that off yet.
Oh, so I guess this is gonna update with some more. Unfinished task, it says, but I don't have that yet. But where's my inventory? Whoops. Oh, it's here. But it's not here. Wait, where did it go? Suspects? Oh, maybe I should read this as well. Oskar. He looks way better in this image. I spoke with the head curator at the Prague Historic Museum, Oskar Dvorak. He appealed to his authority and gave me nothing but assurances that the gems at the museum were safe despite previous thefts. At the same time, his calm veneer dissolved when he spoke with his assistant about St. Vitus Cathedral. Oskar seems like the kind of person you'd need to know if you wanted a chance to get past the crown jewel's security. Vladena. This is the lady in the other shop on the other end. I met with Vladena Zlaty, Adela's friend and jeweler. She first reported the fake jewels in Adela's necklace and clearly had the opportunity to swap the gems herself. Even so, she answered my questions with aplomb and had little to offer about second shine or Degas. I suspect new technology is a bit beyond her. Her biggest complaint stemmed from her expertise as a jeweler not being recognized at the national level or by Oskar. What happened here? Let me see. There are playing cards everywhere. They look like they're from that Czech trick-taking game Maria's. Oh, so I need to collect cards apparently? But there's nothing in my journal about it. That's weird. Vladena explained to me that over the years women have often been overlooked in the gem trades. This Degas system sounds a lot like the one Melina Rossi used to track provenance of museum items at the Phidias Cultural Center in Greece. How could I access the data? Yeah, I want that. Something change here. St. Vitus. Oh. Oh, so he said this. You know what to do, man. Do it. And how does Nancy know that? You know what to do. Do it. He said to his assistant. So he is suspicious. And how do I get these things? Solve the mystery. Oh, take pictures of all postcard locations. Listen to his voicemail in both languages. Coffees, answer trivia question, learn every word. Yeah, but I don't know how to do that. So I guess I'm getting playing cards apparently. Dalibor Tower. When Dalibor of Kozojedi found himself imprisoned in the tower of Prague Castle, he had little to occupy his time until he acquired a violin. Although rumors abound that he made a violin out of matches, it is likely his captors granted him a violin similar to the one in this exhibit. He is said to have played it daily to pass the time, entertaining the residents of Prague who lived and worked close to the castle. What happened to the original violin, no one knows. So this isn't original. They just purchased one and put it here. Guess. Whoops, I almost ran that over. Safety of 7. This is a lot of reading, by the way, so I guess this part is gonna contain a lot of reading. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, but this is the way the game is. So. For centuries, the crown jewels have been protected under heavy security. Holy Roman Emperor and King Leopold II first established the tradition of the 7 keys in 1791. Wait, this is what the game is about. This is important. These royal items are protected in a secure vault in historic St. Vitus Cathedral, and only when the 7 keys from 7 key bearers unite with 7 locks will they be accessible. The 7 key bearers hold positions of honor in Prague, a burden and privilege for appointed officials such as the president, the mayor, and the prime minister. Only on very rare and important occasions, with sometimes decades between, are the key bearers joined to display the crown jewels. Displayed publicly for the first time in 1929, commemorating 1,000 years since St. Wenceslas' death, and most recently on King Charles IV's 700th birthday celebration. So, let me see, there are 7 keys, 7 key bearers who are very important people, like the president, mayor, and prime minister. And on very rare occasions, they join to display the crown jewels. But what are the keys for? Is that how you get to the crown jewels? I guess so, they are for the vault. Only when the 7 keys from 7 key bearers unite with 7 locks will they be accessible. Alright, so you need 7 keys to get to the crown jewels. That's apparently what the game is about. The crown jewels, I guess. The sword and cross. More a part of St. Vitus Cathedral's treasury than the jewel collection, the sword of St. Wenceslas and the reliquary cross were used mostly in coronations and knighthoods. Before his sainthood, 10th century Duke Wenceslas was also known as Vaclav the Good, and is the subject of the carol Good King Wenceslas. The founder and namesake of St. Wenceslas Chapel in St. Vitus Cathedral, his sword wields a 10th century iron blade with a 13th century wooden, silver and velvet hilt. The golden reliquary cross was commissioned by Charles IV near the time of the commissioning of the crown. It's lined with sapphires and displays carved gem cameo. The coronation robe. The lavish royal coronation vestments were used during traditional Bohemian Coronation Day festivities under the bells of St. Vitus. This precious robe is woven with gold lily silk patterned with pearled golden wire and rare ermine lining. Many sovereigns took their oaths in this robe from 1653 to 1836, finally being retired following the coronation of Ferdinand V. I'm a little out of breath because I just walked up and down the stairs, so I guess I have to do something about that. Let me see. Replicas only. Of the crown jewel replicas, only the pearls are impossible to truly replicate. Interesting. So this is what they look like, but the real ones are hidden in a vault protected by 7 keys. Bohemian crown jewels. I have a feeling I'm going from the end to the beginning instead of the other way around, but there's no treasure more prized to the Czech people than the Bohemian crown jewels. Dating back centuries, these items are too priceless to be valued or appraised. The replicas displayed here in the castle hall cannot compare to the official royal crown jewels that collectively created the one-of-a-kind historical collection. Intricately crafted, gold and hundreds of jewels make up the crown of St. Wenceslas, the royal apple, St. Wenceslas' sword, the scepter, and reliquary cross, and a gold-woven coronation cloak. The crown. The crown was first commissioned by King Charles in 1347 and is the oldest item in the collection. The 22-karat gold crown displays 1 each of ruby, rubellite, and aquamarine, 19 sapphires, 20 pearls, 30 emeralds, and 44 spinels. Don't know what they are. The crown traditionally must be borrowed from St. Wenceslas' skeleton, only for coronation ceremonies for the price of 1 groschen. Gross! Wait, so are you telling me that a dead guy is still wearing that crown and they dig it out of the grave? Really? which must be returned and refunded after. Legend says any unworthy one who lays the crown upon their head within a year will die a cursed death. Oh, that makes it even better. So it's gross because it just came from a skeleton and there's a possibility you will die in a year. Why would you ever do that? The scepter and royal apple. A symbolic shepherd's staff over 2 feet long, the 18-karat gold royal scepter is adorned with 4 sapphires, 5 spinels, and 62 pearls. 62? That's a lot. Is this all real? The Bohemian royal apple, also known as the royal orb, boasts 6 spinels, 8 sapphires, and 31 pearls among very ornately carved 18-karat gold wrought relief. The apple is gilded with Latin scripture and scenes from the Book of Genesis. A depiction of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, biblical parents of Cain and Abel, embellishes the lower hemisphere, a scene that parallels Prague Castle courtyard's Golden Gate on St. Vitus Cathedral exterior. Oh my god, I have to breathe, that was a long sentence. Made together in 1526 for King Ferdinand I, the scepter and orb replaced King Charles IV's original scepter and orb to be more ornate than the originals, whose current whereabouts are known. Oh, so they don't know where they are. Only the scepter and the orb, they don't know where they are, but the crown is on a dead guy. But weren't they all hidden away by 7 keys? I don't understand this anymore. Do they know where they are or do they not?
Alchemy signs can still be found on the buildings even to this day. I'll add that to my list of things to find.
Yeah, because we don't have enough to do yet. So, okay, next for no. I have seen this one. I know where this is. It's at the square with the clock. Those two, I don't know. Alright. Guess Nancy just likes to do extra stuff. I want to take a picture of this. I really don't know how to do that. Can I just like this camera? See, I don't want to take a picture like this. I want to take it like this, but somehow I cannot. Alchemy in Prague. Philosopher's Stone. Prague has long been a home for the spirit of magic and wonder, and the practice of alchemy is a prime example of that. There are multiple steps in the theory of alchemy that always lead to one end goal, the Philosopher's Stone. Alchemists throughout the 16th century in Prague worked through countless processes attempting to turn metals into gold, at the urge especially of Emperor Rudolf II. No alchemist was ever able to document this, but through the centuries the knowledge of Prague's arcane circles were lost. Did you know? The Egyptians were the first to dabble in the ways of alchemy, or they were the first to do a lot, or chemia as it was called. Egyptian Philosopher's Stone was a potion concocted of rudimentary chemicals to gain immortality. Yeah, because that was their main focus, to be immortal. It really was. This was never proven to be achieved, but if it weren't for their ways of alchemy, we wouldn't have so many perfectly preserved mummies and sometimes lost tombs. If you've ever played the other nancydrew game, what's it called? Blackmore Manor, I think you also have to do alchemy, so maybe you'll recognize some of the symbols from that game if you have that good of a memory, because that was released like years and years back. I did play it recently, so I do remember some, but yeah, I don't have a photogenic memory, so I don't remember everything. History of alchemy. From the 16th century to the 18th century, rulers in Prague were known to have alchemists in their courts. There were many benefits from having these royal advisors, including gaining knowledge, encouraging discoveries under their reign, and using the alchemical potions for healing. While works of magic were suspect, King Leopold II had alchemists who possessed great skills from forging metals to what would later be called chemistry as the discoveries evolved. Through their gifts in forging metals, the use of natural resources for medicines, and studies of the stars to guide, alchemists served the kings, queens, and the kingdom for centuries. Sir Edward Galley, alchemist in Rudolf II's royal court. Do I need to remember that name? I don't know. I really don't know how important alchemy is in this game. Future exhibit for jewelry of Bohemia. These samples objects are for staging only. On loan by Zlaty Custom Jewelry. Wait, who's Zlaty again? Someone is called that. Can I see that? Suspects. Oh, sorry about that. I have 2 dogs and they are being a bit annoying. So I have to run back and forth every time to tell them what's what. Anyway, so her name is Zlaty. So she gave the jewels, items on loan. Yeah, guess so. Interesting. Even though they don't like each other. Oh, wait, I want to start at this one. Charles IV. That's him, I guess. He was born in Prague into the monarchy of the Kingdom of Bohemia. He commissioned a special crown for his coronation in 1347, well, a lot of kings did, known as the crown of Saint Wenceslas. Oh, I thought the guy was called this, but it's the name of the crown, apparently. Dedicted to the patron saint of the country, Saint Wenceslaus. Oh, I guess. So it's named after him. It has become a symbol of statehood for the people along with the royal scepter and orb, who are lost. He was later named Holy Roman Emperor in 1355. Charles made Prague his capital residence and implemented his projects to strengthen the church and the city's importance. Prague's many historical building achievements can be attributed to King Charles, like Charles Bridge, Square, the prestigious Charles University, and sections of Prague Castle and St. Vitus Cathedral. Even today he is regarded as one of Europe's most powerful and noteworthy kings. Well, I've never heard of him, but... Rudolf II? The King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II wore the Bohemian crown for his coronation on November 1st, 1575. At 6 in the early morning, the bells rang clear as Rudolf's reign began, spanning from 1576 to 1612. Known as the Alchemist King, so he's important, he brought the Renaissance to Prague, making it the center of enlightenment and growth. He hosted luminaries and the brightest minds of the time. In exchange for being in his care, scholars, mathematicians, alchemists, and artists supported his quest to search for the Philosopher's Stone and immortality. Yeah, because alchemy, we just read that, the most important goal was to find the Philosopher's Stone. Noted mathematicians like Kepler benefited from Rudolf's support to help make revolutionary discoveries. Rudolf is well known for knighting many of these influential figures into his court. His eclectic collections filled the palace with a menagerie of exotic items, games, art, crystal, and rare gems. Famous for having the largest collections in the world, his hidden treasures were secretly placed deep underground in his Kunstkammer cabinet of curiosities. While his mystical obsession brought thought and progress to the city, the strength of the country and the people were neglected and weakened. Soon his kingdom faced wars and the inevitable end of his reign. The legacy of Rudolf II and his alchemy fascination has left its permanent mark on Prague's magical reputation to this day. I must say the music in this room, which is apparently different from the last room, isn't it? It reminds me a little of, what's the other game? In the Tower, the Nancy game. It also has music like this a bit. Maria Theresa. The stepmother of Bohemia, she was a key figure in power and politics in the 18th century Europe. One of the most adept rulers of the Habsburgs, Maria Theresa wanted to be taken seriously as a ruler in what was predominantly a man's world. After regaining her birthright to rule Bohemia with military force, she had herself crowned as king, so all would know she was not a consort, but the fully elected official ruler. Many women would inherit the Bohemian crown, but only Maria Theresa would be elected and crowned King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Empress. Crowned in 1743 in St. Vitus Cathedral, so the cathedral is very important because a lot has happened there. She was the only woman to have held the position in her own right. Is that maybe... Wait, so let me think. Did they say the crown jewels were there, or were they unknown? But also all the kings had a coronation in the cathedral. And that guy Oskar was yelling something about it. So maybe at the end of the game we go there, because now it's closed, right? There were no tours, I think. And probably the jewels are over there. That's what I think. She held several positions of power, including masculine titles like King of Hungary. Though her broad reign was filled with many wars and conflicts, her socio-political efforts led to financial, educational, and medical advancement, as well as a reform in the forced labor system of serfdom and the modern Czech estates. She famously called Prague's Saint Wencesla's crown a fool's cap, which laid more heavily on her head than her other duties. Leopold II, son of Empress Maria Theresa, he held the position of King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor for less than 2 years before his death. Well, yeah, that is gonna become difficult to reign when you're dead. The Czech estates commissioned a piece from Mozart, who studied at Charles University in Prague, for his coronation celebration. After years of war and rulers who would have the Bohemian crown jewels moved to other lands and palaces, the Czech people have King Leopold II to thank for bringing the national symbols of statehood and heritage back to Prague. So the jewels are in Prague, we know that. Leopold is known as being a capable ruler for his reform of the penal code, which abolished the death penalty and torture. He is also credited for establishing the tradition of the 7 keys, interesting, for the security of the Bohemian crown jewels. It was the wish of the Czech estates to have the jewels returned to Prague and secured. See, I told you, they're at the St. Vitus Cathedral. Returned to Prague and secured in the St. Vitus Cathedral. Today, Leopold's tradition of 7 keys and 7 appointed key bearers continue to guard the crown jewels, keeping these imperial regalia forever safe in Prague. So they're at the cathedral, I knew it. I'm gonna check it in a bit, but I think we can't go there. More reading. Oh my. Rudolf II and his famous confidence. I have to say, normally, now I'm recording, but when I would play for myself, I would just skip all the text. I would not read it, I would just go. And whenever I need something, I would go back and be like, wait, did I miss that? But probably reading and then playing is smarter and easier and more effective, but it takes more time and I have little patience, so. Anyway, Emperor Rudolf was at the forefront of the golden age of Prague's rich history into the dark mysteries of alchemy, in search of the fittingly golden secret of the philosopher's stone. Emperor Rudolf was more than obsessed, and alchemy developed into a respected science in 16th century Prague. He surrounded himself with leaders in the fields of mathematics, alchemy, the arts, astronomy, and even dark magic. Cool. Hoping the creators would discover the way to turn base metals into gold. Rudolf's palace welcomed the innovators, and his time was invested in learning and building secluded places in and under Prague Castle, reserved for his most revered confidants. He believed his famous friends would bring him even more fame and fortune. Those closest to Rudolf, like many, believed he was a madman. Some in his court made great discoveries during their time there. For others, the failure to deliver the golden substance led to their becoming ostracized. Rudolf soon found his time as the alchemy king coming to an end. Many in his court who knew his days were numbered fled, even hiding their discoveries and works a way to protect it from takeovers and new regimes. Key figures in his court were at Rudolf's right hand and lived and worked in alchemical laboratories and study halls right here in Prague Castle. So I think I can find alchemy stuff in this castle, right? But all the doors were closed. Maybe they'll open up in the future. The Alchemists. English-born Edward Kelly was a Rudolphian court alchemist with a veiled history. Together, Kelly and alchemist John Dee worked for the king, allowing him to partake in their experiments and learn from them. Kelly specifically had the king's favor, and he was knighted into Rudolf II's court in 1590. He convinced Rudolf of his alchemical skills and was paid well for his promise to succeed and to help the king communicate with angels. Wait, what? Close to the end of Rudolf's reign, Kelly began to lose that affection and turned to working in the hidden laboratories before he fled. His personal diary, I want to find that, contained writings claiming the secret of the philosopher's stone and immortality, as well as the ability to transmute base metals into gold. Wait, so he solved the whole alchemy situation? And he could find the philosopher's stone and find a way to be immortal? But the diary is lost somewhere, so no one was able to do this apparently. Though the court had him imprisoned several times for fraud. Oh, it was fraud. Kelly's surviving writings are dedicated to the memory of Rudolf. Mystery surrounds his death as well, some accounting injuries sustained while escaping prison and others attributing it to poison. So did he or did he not solve everything? Or did he make it up? Because also, here they say that they needed to flee because they could not find a way to make gold. Or turn, what was it? Something into gold. Base metals. Also, how could you ever do that? I don't think that's... Is that realistic? Are you able to change just a metal into gold? I don't think you can. Could be wrong. The gem and crystal artist. Caspar Lehmann moved to Prague from Germany in the 1580s, and after a failed time as a burgher in Leicester town, he was invited to Rudolf's court as royal gem cutter, eventually passing his exclusive patent to a pupil who founded the Nuremberg School of Engravers. He's known as the earliest modern crystal engraver, adapting bronze and copper wheel techniques and influencing the glass cutting tradition of even today's Bohemian craftsmen. His closeness to the king allowed him to create beautiful and rare gems and objects of crystal that were often part of Rudolf's famed collections. Lehmann vowed to preserve all he had created, knowing the emperor would be overtaken due to the tragedies that had befallen Prague and the people. With wars and takeovers threatening, Lehmann secretly preserved his most cherished works like the Prague Frauenberger beaker. So that's also hidden. There's a lot of stuff we might be able to find. The mathematician and astronomer. Johannes Kepler was a German astronomer, mathematician, and more. He was invited to an area outside of Prague by Danish astronomer Tycho Brahe, who was compiling a new set of planetary observations. When Tycho died suddenly, oh man, they are all dying like flies, Emperor Rudolf brought Kepler to Prague Castle to serve as imperial mathematician. Rudolf provided the funding, materials, and tools that allowed him the time to make his own discoveries. Kepler is famous for his 3 laws of planetary motion, studied right here in Prague Castle. Although first theorized by Copernicus as a circle, it was Kepler who then discovered the planets orbit the Sun along an ellipse-shaped path. After being named imperial mathematician to Rudolf II, Kepler published many theories and discoveries that set the foundation for astronomy and developed accounts for the behavior of light. Kepler continued to study the stars, and his legacy has contributed vastly to modern astrophysics and our fundamental understanding of the universe. Is that true? His 3 laws? Planets orbit the Sun in an ellipse-shaped path. A planet covers the same area of space in the same amount of time, no matter where it is in its orbit. A planet's orbital period is proportional to the size of its orbit. Alright, I believe you. So this is what the alchemist looked like, this is his 3 laws, and this is the beaker that's also missing. Can't do anything with that, it looks like, can I? No, that's just this. Alright. And I can't go here for some reason. No access. Did you like this video? Check out my other videos on my page Fun with Miko and don't forget to subscribe.